Hey y'all, welcome to episode 9 of Zesty Thoughts with your host Annábla. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. So this will be coming out 2 days after my birthday. But today, the day that I'm recording, is my birthday. Happy Leo season, if I haven't said it already. So if you could, please, for my birthday, like this video on YouTube, subscribe if you're logged in. If not, log in and subscribe to this channel. What are you doing if you haven't subscribed already on YouTube? And then follow the show if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And then leave the show rating and a review if you feel so inclined. I would so appreciate it. I have my little frog here. Brianna made me like a little clay frog. My little birthday frog. So I'm just chilling. I'm sipping on some matcha. So don't mind me if I pause to take a few sips here and there. I had the most wonderful weekend, y'all. I had like a little birthday get together at the beach on Sunday, and it was just such a perfect day. The weather was amazing. I just got to like chill. Friends came to meet me, and I just got to spend some quality time with some friends and just chill out at the beach. And my friend Leslie and Matt, they brought paddle boards, blow up paddle boards. So we were able to go paddleboarding in the ocean, which I'd never really done. I've gone paddleboarding before, but only in like little harbors. So that was a super fun experience, and I'm super grateful I was able to do that. It was like a nice little adventure. Yeah, it was just such an amazing day. That was like my little birthday celebration. And then I went to brunch this morning at Cafe Gratitude. Like big ups to Cafe Gratitude. I love that place. I actually hadn't been there in a while, but like the food is just like to die for. And I was like craving. They have this like quiche, a vegan quiche that is like insane. It's so good. So I was like, I need that for my birthday brunch. So I just got back from there. And I'm like so satisfied. I've had the best birthday already. So I'm excited. I'm going to record and then the podcast, and then I'm going to record some demo vocals. I have a lesson today. Yeah, I'm just excited for the day ahead. And then I'm going to get dinner with my bestie tonight, Rocky. But yeah, my birthday week and weekend has been so fun. I had so much fun at the beach. I don't know if anyone else feels this, but like whenever I go to the beach, I've noticed it more like as I've gotten older that like after going in the water, I feel like I have like allergies like that evening after, or like the next day after going to the beach. And I don't know what that's all about. Like, I feel like my eyes are irritated, and maybe that's just from like the salt water, but I feel like insane. Like I have like allergies, like I've been around like a dog or something, because I'm allergic to dogs. And I feel the same feeling after like I go in the ocean. And I've noticed that the last few times that I've like gone to the beach, because I will go all the way in, like I'll swim and stuff. And because I used to all the time growing up, and I love going in the ocean, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's super weird. I've noticed that the last few times I've gone to the beach, and I'm just like, what is that all about? Is it like the water quality, or is it just like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But either way, I had like the best time ever, and it was so amazing. I have a few things that I'm thirsting for right now. One is some of the gifts that I got. I mean, you already saw my little frog from Brianna, but also Rocky got me these candles, and they smell like literally insane. Like I opened one of them and I was like, what? Like, this is a joke. It smells so good. And then the other thing she got me is incense cones, which like, let me show you. Hold up. So they came in this little box, and I was like, oh, this is cute. Like maybe it's jewelry, because like it looks like a jewelry box. Like or like a stone or something. I didn't know what else it would be. So I opened it up, and there was like a little bag, and I was like, okay, cute. Let me see what's inside. I didn't know what it was when I opened it. I was like, what is this? And there's just a bunch of these. And I was like, oh, but they smell insane, like so good. So I texted Rocky, I sent her a picture, and I was like, these smell amazing, but like, what are they? I had no clue. I was like, what are these things that smell? I was like, is it like potpourri? Like, I was like, what's happening right now? And she's like, oh no, they're incense cones, dude. You light them. And she sent me like a little tutorial. I was like, stop. But yeah, they smell so good. So I lit one of those the other night, and then I lit one of the candles she got me, and like, I literally love them. I don't really light candles and like incense and stuff like that often because I try to keep my air quality in my room like, but I do have an air purifier, and I've been like keeping the windows open more because it's been summer. So like I'm like chilling with that. That's one of my thirsts. My gifts that I got for my friends, and I got Eddie's from Haley. Thank you, Hales. And then a little gift card from Bryna too. So my gifts have been so sweet. And then Leslie and Matt got me a bottle of mezcal. I mean, that's kind of tied into my hot toddy take. So I might do a tangent and just hop right into my hot toddy take. I personally feel like mezcal is easier to sip on than straight tequila. Now, I know everybody is just out here sipping on tequila in the first place, but like if I had to sip on something, I would probably choose mezcal over tequila. Like I love the smokiness. There's just, I don't know. I like tequila too. Like I liked mixed drinks. I liked like margs and like things like that. But taking tequila shots is like, like not everyone is built for that. And I've done it in the past, but it's like not my favorite. But mezcal, I feel like is a little bit, I don't know. And I feel like that's a hot take because a lot of people can't stand mezcal. Like they don't like the smokiness of it. But I love it. I'm literally obsessed with it. And I don't know if I like prefer it over tequila for like a margarita. But if I have to like take a shot, or if I have to sip it, or I don't know. I think I kind of like prefer it to tequila, but I don't know. I also like, Leslie was like, oh, what tequila do you like? Like, I'll get you a bottle for your birthday. And I was like, oh, I don't like really, no, I'm not like, I don't know much about like good tequilas, and I haven't really gone down that like rabbit hole. So I'm not really like a tequila snob. So I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, but maybe just get me mezcal. Cause like, I feel like you can do no wrong there. I'm sure that there's like bad mezcals, but like to me it's just like if it's got that smokiness, I'm gonna like it. But like tequila, I've noticed that I'm a little bit pickier. Like I don't like Milagro at all, and I've actually heard that that's like a really good one, and there's something about it that like I just like, I took a shot of it once and I was like my body rejected it. I could not stand it. So I don't know, I'm a little bit pickier with tequilas because like that there's something about the smokiness that kind of like masks that like pungent, like it's not like acidic, but that kind of like astringent like thing that hits you when you have tequila. Like I feel like the smokiness like completely covers that up, so it's almost easier for me to take, and like a little bit more palatable, because that like really strong like wave that you taste when you drink tequila, like it, to me, you don't taste it because it's just the smokiness, and the smokiness I can handle compared to that. So anyway, but yeah, so those are my things that I'm first thirsting for, my gifts. My parents also got me a bike. I was like so grateful. I used to bike so much when I was little, but I like don't have a bike. I haven't had a bike in like ages, like since I was a kid. And there have been a few times where like my boyfriend and I have gone on bike rides down by the beach. We'll like go to Santa Monica or Venice and like rent a bike and just like bike around for a few hours. And I like miss doing that. And I feel like, oh, well, my dad has a bike, and then now I have a bike. So when my boyfriend comes to visit, we can just go on bike rides whenever we want. We don't have to pay to rent them. Like it'll be so much more convenient. Plus it's summer and the weather has been a little bit better. It hasn't been as hot. So I'm like, I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to cross train. I'm running a lot, but I'm also like, I want to be able to like get out and be active like in other ways. And I don't want to like burn out on the same thing over and over. So that will be like a perfect outlet for me to like get out and like soak up some sun and like touch grass and like be outside, and not just like cooped up in the gym all week, because the weather is just so great. So I'm excited for that. Another thing that I'm thirsting for right now is there's a new Spindrift flavor. Actually, I don't know if it's new, but I had never seen it before. When I went to the store on Sunday before I went to the beach, I went to like a Ralph's and I was looking for like canned, like sparkling waters and stuff like that. I got some coconut water and I was like, oh, I wonder if they have Spindrift here. They did, thank goodness. But I spotted a new packaging that was like green and I was like, what is that? And it's a no-hito flavor, so it's lime and mint. dude, if you are a spindrift whore like I am and you haven't tried the flavor, you have to go to like a Ralph's or like, I don't know, look up on Instacart and see like where, like what stores have it in stock or something, because it's literally so good. And I'm like, I love mojitos myself. So I was like, oh, if I'm like craving a mojito and I'm being lazy, or I want that like sparkling effect because I love bubbles, like I'm a bubbly girl, then like I'll just buy this and then rum and maybe like make a little simple syrup myself or something. I don't know. Or just buy simple syrup. And yeah, it'll just literally, it was so good. I just have no other words for it. It's delish. But yeah, so that's my other thirst this week. Okay, y'all, I had to get the matcha out. I had to bust it out. I'm like feeling a little sleepy right now. I woke up early to run this morning. Oh yeah, that was another thing that I had on the docket that I forgot to mention. I did a birthday 5K this morning, which is like psychotic. Like, why would I do that? Why would I willingly wake up early and run over 3 miles on my birthday? Like, I don't know who I am anymore. Like, what is this? Who is this person? But I don't know. I'm doing the 10K training on the Nike running app. So like I'm trying to get all 5 runs in every week, and I was supposed to run it on like Saturday or Sunday. Saturday, I did not. I was lazy. I woke up and then my bike was delivered. So like, I was like, I want to put my bike together and just like have a little bike moment. And then it literally ate up the entire morning. And then I had to drive down to Orange County with my parents to go to a concert. So like, I didn't have time to run that day. And then on Sunday, I was like, oh, I'm going to wake up early before I go to the beach and run, and then come back and shower and shave and then like get ready to go to the beach and do all that. And then of course, I actually did wake up early, but like, I was like, wait, I want to like go to the store. We want to pick up sandwiches. Like, I'm not going to have time. So that didn't work out. And half of me was like, oh, I'll just like wear my workout clothes to the beach, run down by the beach where I'm going to be hanging out, and then bring stuff to like shower, like to like wash up in the beach showers. But then I thought about that and I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to get into every nook and cranny. So I don't know if that like makes sense. So yeah, that it didn't happen then. And then yesterday morning, Monday, when I woke up, I was like so exhausted. So I had zero energy to run yesterday. I slept in and I was still like tired just from being like out in the sun like all day. I got to the beach on Sunday at like 11:30 and we left at like 8. Like I was there all day. It was like so much fun, but like I was beat. Like I needed a rest day to recover. So yeah, I was like, well, I don't have a choice because that was supposed to be my long run for last week. So I need to run it. And then tomorrow I can start the rest of like the runs for week 3 for my training, because I'm going to do 8 weeks. And I'm like, oh God, that was another thing regarding the bike situation. So I ordered a retrospect bike and they're so freaking cute. I've heard so many great things about them. So I ordered one. Well, it comes in the box, so it's not like fully assembled. And, you know, I've had my fair share of like IKEA furniture that I've had to assemble. And I have a decent track record of like doing things correctly. But like the directions that came with it, they were like verbally very descriptive, but like I'm a visual person and they had some photos, but for every like step in the directions that would be like 3A or 3B or whatever, they only had photos for some of the steps. So like, I feel like I eventually just looked up a YouTube tutorial because I was like, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. I don't want to do something wrong because I'm literally like going to be writing this and like, I don't want to crash. But yeah, so there were like a ton of things I had to do. I had to put on the front wheel and I had to adjust the brakes, which is like, dude, like now that I know how to do it, it'll be easy. But I was like, what is this? Like, what do I have to do? And the directions were like almost enough, but watching a YouTube tutorial made it so much easier. But yeah, and then I had to put like a fender on the front wheel and put in the handlebars and then adjust the seat and like all these different things I had to do. Mind you, it's my first time assembling a bike. So I was like, I don't like know what anything is, you know? But yeah, so anyway, I put everything together perfectly. So I thought, sorry, there's like fuzz flying around. So if you see me like going like this, I don't know what that is. It's like lint or something from my clothes. But But yeah, so I put it together like perfectly, or so I thought. And then like I just took a ride around the block to see how it felt, if I needed to adjust the handlebars, if I needed to tighten anything, if I needed to adjust my seat or anything. And I was wearing a helmet, y'all. Retrospect has really cute helmets. So like that was one of the reasons why I wanted to buy that bike. Cause I was like, I can get a helmet that like matches the bike and it's like cute looking. It's not like, you know. So what was I saying? Oh, so I took a ride around the block and like my mom followed me in her car. She's like, I want to make sure you don't fall. Because my mom's a nurse. She was like, dude, you better wear your helmet. Like if I get you a bike, you're going to wear a helmet, right? I was like, yeah, of course, girl. Like I don't want to get hurt. So she followed me around the block. She was like, just making sure that I'm safe, you know, just so cute. And I literally just went like to the end of my street. I went like down 4 blocks and then I went up and then up again to come back to my street. I was almost back to my street, like a block away. And some random guy on the street stopped me and he was like, hey ma'am, wait, ma'am. Like, and he was driving, he pulls over or parks, or maybe he was like about to leave. I don't know if he was about to leave or if he was like getting home or whatever, but I didn't notice because I was like trying to focus on my bike. And I had noticed that like the handlebars were like a little bit they're a little bit off from the front wheel. So I was like, oh, I have to adjust that. So I was kind of trying to pay attention to that to make sure that it wasn't like loose or anything. But then he was like, oh ma'am, stop. I was like, okay. So I stopped and he gets out of the front seat of his car, and he like leaves his car door open. He has the flashers on and everything. And he's like, I used to be a bike mechanic. Like I need to adjust something for you. Can you wait like 1 minute and I'll just get a tool out of my garage and I can adjust it for you? That's really dangerous. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, absolutely. And he went and got this tool out of his garage and like adjusted, because I guess I had put something on the front wheel like backwards. Like I don't know, because I thought I followed that tutorial perfectly that I watched online, and everything looked like the pictures that were online on the website. So I was like, what did I do wrong? Like I was so thrown off. So, but yeah, he literally just like flipped it for me and adjusted it. He was like, yeah, I used to be a bike mechanic. Like that's super unsafe to like have it that way. So like, let me just fix it. And that was like so nice. I was like, what? Yeah, please. Thank you. Like I even said to him, I was like, dude, thank you so much, because I literally spent all morning watching YouTube tutorials, trying to figure this out, trying to put this together. And honestly, I was bound to like mess up at something. It was my first time, but I just thought it was so sweet that he did that. I was like, what? That was like so nice of him. I just couldn't believe. I was like, what are the odds of that like all day I've been struggling, and then I'm a block within my house and one of my neighbors stops me to help me, and he's like a professional. I was like, that's crazy. Divine intervention. Like, thank you so much. So that was really sweet. I actually have 2 out-of-pocket student quotes this week. I have some good ones. One of them is related to my birthday. Like I was telling my students that my birthday was coming up. Like last week I was telling them, and then yesterday I was like, oh, my birthday's tomorrow. Guess how old I'm turning, you know? And most of the students are really sweet. They're like 20, like 16. I was like, I'm not 16. Like I wouldn't be teaching you if I was 16. You know what I mean? And then you have the classic kids that are like, are you turning like 800, you know? And one of my students, she was like, oh, I don't know. Are you going to be 21? She was like, you kind of look like my older sister's age. And she's 20 or 21 or something. And I was like, no, you're close, but I'm in the 20s. And she was like, 20,000? And I was like, well, that's a 20, but it's not that 20. So my other out-of-pocket student quote from this last week was from last Thursday. So this is after I recorded the last episode. And this student, he's a guitar student. He's been studying with me for years. And he's getting to the point now where he's like getting a little bit sassy, but he is like genuinely a good student. So most of the time I just like let it slide, because I'm like, okay, at least you practice, at least you're listening to me. But sometimes he tests me a little bit and I'm like, okay, you need to chill out. Like check yourself, know your place. You know what I mean? Like I'm still your teacher, relax. But anyway, so we were working on a duet, Scarborough Fair, and there's like finger picking, like harmony, like accompaniment, and then the other part is melody written in the staff. And most of the time once he's had like a week to practice each part by himself, I expect him to be able to come in and just play the song with me right away. You know, maybe he can warm up a little bit. We'll do scales or something to warm up. And then it's like, okay, let's play the song. You play the melody, I'll play the accompaniment. Then we repeat the whole thing and we swap parts, you know, and we keep it in time. So it's like a perfect repeat. Well, either he just like hadn't practiced that much that week, or like he was just off or something, because we started like the beginning of the song. We warmed up a little bit and then we started the song, and he was like, okay, wait, Miss Caitlin, can you just let me cook? Like, I need to do this by myself. Can you just let me cook? And I was like, okay, yeah. Like, if you need more practice alone, that's totally okay. I will let you cook. Proceeded to not cook. You know what I mean? Like, clearly he was just like unprepared, and he was like, let me cook. And he, in fact, did not cook. He was unable to cook. There was no bone in his body that was capable of cooking on that Thursday. I was like, dude, like, you can't say, let me cook, and then proceed to not cook. Like, that's not how that works. And it was really funny because he said that. He proceeded to butcher like that first line of the song. He needed help from me. And I was like, okay, so I thought you were going to cook. What happened to you cooking? It didn't really seem like you cooking right there. And he was like, okay, I've just like had a busy week. I had a lot of games. He does like a lot of sports, you know. He was like, I've been busy. Like I've had a lot of games this week. I haven't had time to practice. And I was like, oh, okay. So why did you think you would cook then? Like, what part of you thought unprepared, haven't practiced, have a lot of games? I'm literally sight reading the song right now because I haven't seen it in a week. What part of you thought that would translate into you cooking? Like, that even without me playing with you as a distraction, that you would be able to get your shit together? Clearly not. But I just thought it was so funny. I was like, wow, yeah, you did in fact not cook at all, bro. And you need to practice, you know? It was just so funny. So freaking funny. But yeah, that is like the joy of working with kids. Like, I freaking love it so much sometimes. I mean, there are moments where it's like, but for the most part, it's super fun. And I think kids get like thrown off when I like know what they're talking about. Like, that same student, at one point was like, I don't know, like I referenced a TikTok, and he was like, you know what TikTok is? And I was like, do you think I'm like 87? Like, what do you think is going on here? Like, you see that I like dress well, like I'm pretty like friendly and casual, you know, I take this seriously, but like I'm a cool teacher. What part of you thinks that I wouldn't know what TikTok is? That's the weird thing about like being kind of young and being a teacher, is like when kids realize that you like know things that they're talking about, and you understand like memes, and you understand like references and slang, they're like, wait, what? Like, they get confused, because I think of most adults in their life, maybe even their parents, like, you say skibbity toilet and like the parents are just like, what is going on? Like, what is this reference, you know? And I don't know. I think that's kind of like the fun thing about being like a cool teacher, because I'm a cool teacher, is that when kids reference things and I like actually know about them, they're like, you know, they like respect me more, and they like take me more seriously. So there's something to be said about that. Like, if you're able to keep up with trends and like things that kids are into, like, you can take advantage of that. You can use it to make them listen and like respect you more. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's never boring. That is for sure. It's never boring. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to wrap up this episode. I'm going to finish my matcha. I'm going to work on editing this. I have some demo stuff to track today. I'm so excited. And then we get dinner with my bestie. Thank you for joining today. I couldn't be more grateful for everyone that has been giving me birthday wishes and sending me love and like listening to the podcast and downloading it. I'm so grateful for this year that I've had. I've just really like the last year evaluated, you know, who I want to be as a person, how I want to spend my time, you know, the things that I value, the things that I want to uplift. And spend my time and energy on. And I don't know, like my late 20s have been such an amazing experience and like journey. I think I've enjoyed them way more than my early 20s, mostly because it was the pandemic during my early 20s. So it was just hard for me. I know a lot of people spent a lot of time reflecting and like, but for me, it was really tough because I'm a very social person and I like to get out, and not really having access to, like people and like events and like being able to go out and do things was really tricky. So the last like few years have been just so amazing and full of growth. And I've learned so much about who I want to be as a person and what I want to do in life and the kind of legacy that I want to leave. And I've really just put a lot of time and effort into taking action so that that legacy can become a reality. So it's not just in my head and like something that I think about and dream about but that it's actually something that's manifested in my life every day and in the best way that I can. And I feel like that's all that we can do is just like take baby steps every day to go one step closer to, our dreams and what we want to do. And that has helped me a lot mentally, because if I can just do one thing every day to, be going in the right direction, and one thing that brought me joy, or one thing that made me feel satisfied or fulfilled, or one thing that, that fed my soul a little bit, sometimes that's all it takes and that's all I need. And it's helped me grow so much within like my self-esteem. It gives me so much more fulfillment in life and like makes me feel a little bit more proud of myself and like all of my accomplishments and all that I've done so far, and like really just prep myself mentally for like all that I'm going to do, and reminding me to, stay humble and stay grounded, and just remember that some days are going to be hard and life's going to throw things at you and challenges at you that you're going to just wish are not there. But like you can still do one thing every day, even with those challenges, that take you in the right direction towards happiness and towards the light. And like, that's all that matters, y'all. Damn, I didn't think I would get this deep, but I don't know. It's been such a great, like, reflective year for me. And I feel like I've grown a lot. And yeah, I'm just really proud of that. And I hope you all can say the same. And I hope you all say the same to yourself on your birthdays. I feel like that's what birthdays should be. Just a time to like look at how far you've come in a year and reflect on who you are and like your life and your joy and your happiness, and be grateful for all the things that are in your life, and like to like hype yourself up a little bit. Like, hey, we got another chance at this. We have a whole year ahead of us. We have another year on this planet to make a difference and to love and to laugh and to just enjoy this existence, and like to not take it for granted. So yeah, I'm so grateful. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there, y'all. And please like and subscribe and follow the show if you haven't already. Share it as a birthday gift to me. Thank you so much. Anyway, I hope y'all have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you next week for episode 10. Okay, bye.